Hi, Saen Higgins here. Today we're going to talk about what states sell tax lien certificates. Unlocking the financial opportunities of tax lien certificates specifically, and we're going to cover that in this video. From Alabama to Wyoming, I'm going to show you exactly how, from the comfort of your own home, you can invest in tax lien certificates nationwide. By the time you're done watching this video, I promise you, you will be introduced to the safest and most lucrative opportunity that can and will provide you and your family with financial independence. Stay tuned, and at the very end, I've got a special surprise for you. Okay, before we get into what states and how and where and all that, the geographics of it, let's talk about specifically what a tax lien certificate is. Okay, so about half of the states, más o menos, are tax lien certificates. I'll get into tax deeds later on, but specifically, let's talk about a tax lien. Now, very quickly, a tax lien and a tax deed are the same thing. It's just two different sides of the same coin. It's a function of when the county allows you and I, the investor, that's right, you're an investor, okay, to get involved. So let me give you an example. All tax lien certificates, no matter where it is in the United States, you cannot sell a tax lien on a property, the counties can, until the property owner's been delinquent for 1 year. 1 year. After 1 year, the county has the opportunity to offer those up to the public. Now understand, these have to be sold individually. So what I mean by that is they can't sell in bulk. So there's a lot of reasons behind that, but the nice thing about that is this prevents the scalability of this, which prevents the BlackRocks and all the other big Vanguard and what have you, these hedge funds from coming in there, because it really is not scalable in a lot of ways. So individually it says, okay, this person's been delinquent 1 year. According to our state law, that's right, it's the law, we can offer these up to the public. And the great thing about these bear an interest rate of anywhere from about 16%, 18%, even as high as 25% return on your money with virtually no risk, because at all times, it's not only backed up by the law, but the underlying security of the property. Let me explain. Let's say there's a $250,000 fair market value property. Okay, let's say they're delinquent on $3,000 in back taxes, and that particular market is paying 16% per annum. If I were to go in there and purchase that tax lien certificate for $3,000, I am getting 16% a year. Now, it's not like somebody's paying me this. What it means is this: when that property owner comes in to satisfy those delinquent taxes, I am paid my $3,000 plus the 16%. The county will say, "Yep, Mr. Higgins is the lien holder of record." They go ahead and issue a check within 5 to 10 business days. Everybody's happy. But here's the thing. What the county also does by law is gives the property owner what they call a grace period. Actually, the legal term, and you might want to write this down, is called a redemption period. That redemption period can be anywhere from, say, 1 year on the low side to 3 years on the high side. At the end of 3 years, in this particular case, let's say that's what it is, if the property owner hasn't come in and satisfied the $3,000 plus the 16% a year, I have the opportunity to foreclose. In a sense, I become the county, okay? I can foreclose on that property. Once I've initiated the foreclosure and notified everybody that's got a financial interest, okay, and if nobody comes in within that prescribed amount of time, let's say it's 60 to 90 days, I will end up with that property free and clear of all liens and encumbrances. That's what a tax lien certificate is. So about half of the states have this. And what the beautiful thing about this is, you can do 90% of your research and everything you need to do in some states, almost 100% from the comfort of your own home. Okay, so in other words, you've got all of these states out there. Let's say, for instance, I don't know, you got Arizona, you got Florida, you've got Colorado. All these states have sales every single year in every single county. Florida, for example, you get over 60 counties in Florida that have a sale every single year. You're talking thousands of tax lien certificates. Just to give you a scope of the volume of this business, okay? A couple of years ago, I was doing some research, and there were over 400 billion, that's a Elon Musk term, okay, $1 billion worth of unpaid property taxes. Oh my gosh, so many people are not paying their property taxes. Actually, not true. Okay, if you look at the numbers on this, a county like, let's say, Maricopa County in Phoenix, Arizona, one of the largest counties in the country, probably one of the bigger tax sales also. They have anywhere from about 12 to 20,000 tax lien certificates every single year, paying 16% with a 3-year redemption period. Okay, that sounds like a lot, right? But that's really only about 0.5% of all the properties in Maricopa County on any given year. So in reality, the county's doing a pretty darn good job. I mean, they're collecting 99.5% of all property taxes owed. But by law, they have to offer these up for sale because everybody else is going, dude, we paid our taxes. You got to pay your taxes. So let's make sure everybody pays their taxes. So they've come up with this. The beautiful thing about this is half of the state, so let's call it, I think it's like 27. Somebody fact check me on that and then, you know, what do you call that? Comment, like, and thumb. Matter of fact, you can only comment if you like and subscribe at the same time. It's kind of a fact that, no. And most people that like multiple videos become millionaires in 24 hours. Not really. Okay. Anyway, so let's get back to it. So about 27 of the states offer tax lien certificates. So what you can do is this. Think about this for a minute. If all you did was pick 6 states, I don't care if you get a dartboard, okay, 6 states, and then pick 3 counties per state. Okay, so now you've got yourself approximately, 18 counties. So 18 counties, and start asking for information. When does your auction happen? Where's the list come out? What's your interest rate? What is your redemption period? How does the bidding method happen? All of these things are related. Okay, so then once you find that out and say, okay, I've got a sale coming up in April over here, and February over here, and May over here, and August over here, and here's the killer. Every single one of those counties, if they don't sell the tax lien certificate at the sale, they have what they call, write this down, it's called a supplemental sale. Okay, they don't have to advertise it. It doesn't have any parameters around it because they've already fulfilled their legal obligation, according to the state constitution, that this is what we do with tax lien certificates, of bringing it to sale. So now they can increase the interest rate. Some of those, the redemption period that we talked about earlier, remember that one was 3 years, has already expired. So you can go in there and buy the tax lien certificate and foreclose immediately. So think about this. If I'm buying a tax lien certificate with a 3-year redemption period, most of them are going to redeem. I mean, they got 3 years, okay? They're not taking anybody's property. But if you go into inventory and they've already been delinquent 3 years, it's already gone through that cycle. So if I buy 20 liens with a 3-year redemption period and 20 liens with 0 redemption period, guess what? I've got a lower entry cost and a more likelihood of getting a property. So if your goal is to get a property, I would buy 20 liens with 0 redemption period, start that foreclosure immediately. It's kind of like this. Imagine if you're playing soccer, okay, and you've got 20 shots on goal as opposed to you've got the ball 20 times. Not that doesn't mean you're going to get a goal 20 times when you got a shot on goal, but shots on goal determine the winner of the game. Who's ever got the most, typically, not always, especially if you got a Ronaldo on your team, you're going to win. Okay, that's what you've got there. So from Alabama, like I said, to Wyoming, West Virginia, Nebraska, Missouri, Louisiana, Kentucky, Indiana. They have a supplemental sale that just, I mean, literally thousands of properties. I've seen properties with 0 redemption period go for $25. Now, I don't know if that's the property I want because in other videos we talk about research on that. But $25 and they're paying 10% with a 3-month redemption period, and that 10% is a penalty. That's nuts. Florida, Colorado, Nebraska. Okay, I talked about Wyoming several times. Their auction process, I'm telling you, is awesome. Okay, go into my video collection in there, and I've got a video specifically on Wyoming. And it's called a rotational bidding process, and there's all of these, it's kind of complicated, but it's a high interest rate. So, okay, Monopoly was complicated when you first learned how to do it. I just taught my daughter how to play Monopoly, and she's kicking my rear end, which is very exciting for a father. And you're into real estate. She's really into that. The problem with her is she doesn't want to buy any of the properties. She wants a whole lot more money. So we got to get to the next phase of buying the properties. Anyways, I digress. Wyoming is an awesome place. So my point is this: it doesn't really matter. Take your list of all these states, take a dart, throw it at the wall, pick 3 counties within each one of those 6 states that you pick, and you're off to the races. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of information. If you just took 27 counties and I rattled off several facts and I brought different counties into the whole deal, every single county is different, okay? Don't go out there half-cocked. You need to get proper guidance. And the best way to do that, guess what, is take my free course. Go to higginsmethod.com right below. Hit the link down below. Higgins, Higgins, method.com, and I'll give you a complimentary, that means free course on how to do this from A to Z and get your family to the financial position that you've always wanted to. This is Saen Higgins saying God bless and good luck.